Hello viewers, my name is Dr. Rajul Dutt. Today I'll deal with the topic market segmentation. Now as the name suggests, market segmentation. Market means the number or the size of the customers for a particular product, and segmentation is dividing and subdividing of the market into a more homogeneous group. So I'll discuss this further in the definition also. So market segmentation is the research that determines how an organization divides its customers into smaller groups on various factors, including maybe age, income, personality, etc. These segments can later be used to optimize products and advertising to different customers, meaning thereby that for example, advertising. Now, advertising is maybe for one market, or maybe when we talk about segmentation, we make different groups and then to suit the different groups, maybe on the basis of language. So, for example, one group of the target market we have selected in Uttar Pradesh, where the regional language is Hindi, maybe West Bengal, where the regional language is Bengali. And therefore, on the one aspect, if I'm taking for example, so this is where the segmentation helps. By understanding market segments, one can leverage this targeting in product, sales, and framing marketing strategies. So for a different group, a different strategy is to be used, or should be used rather. Companies who properly segment their market enjoy significant advantages. Using different types of market segmentation allows marketing manager to target customers based on unique characteristics, their personal characteristics of the group or of the individual, create more effective marketing campaigns, and find opportunities in the market. So, if I talk about in simpler words, market segmentation helps to get to know your customers, identify what's needed in the market segment, and determine how you can best meet those needs with your product or service. In this way, market segmentation refers to the various segments of the market based on common characteristics of customers. Now, having said this, I'll come on to the definition been given by Kotler. Now, according to Kotler, market segmentation is subdividing of a market, that is a total market of heterogeneous in nature. The market here means the number of people or the number of potential customers. They are heterogeneous in nature on the basis of their characteristics, on so many factors. So the segmentation is a deliberate dividing and subdividing the total market into smaller groups into a distinct and increasing homogeneous. The more we segment the market on various factors, and so the whole objective of dividing this heterogeneous market is to get increasing homogeneous, that is more homogeneous subgroups of customers, where any group can conceivably, where the decision maker or the marketing manager deliberately selects, it says conceivably be selected as a target market, where the marketing manager or the decision maker selects a particular market, which we call it as a target market. Target market, why? Because now the whole marketing strategies will be focused on the selected group, the group that the marketing manager selects, to be met with distinct marketing mix. Now, we have discussed in the earlier videos also, marketing mix, we call it as popularly known as 4Ps, that is product, price, promotions, and place. So all of the 4Ps can be, the different marketing mix or different combination of the 4Ps, therefore be specific for a particular market, which we call it as a target market. So that is whenever a market for a product or service consists of two or more buyers, the market is capable of being segmented, that is divided into meaningful buyer groups. Meaningful buyer groups is here the marketing manager is will get will collect the data, will collect the information, and will focus on this buyer group which we intend to say or which we mean to say a target market. Now, from the point of view of the marketing manager, the person who intends to sell or want to sell the product, the seller's thinking passes through three stages. Now, the three stages is what, whether to go for mass marketing, whether to go for a product variety marketing, or whether should focus on target marketing. Now, these decisions are mainly dependent upon the nature and the type of the product also. Now, what do we mean by when we say mass marketing? The seller produces a single product in masses. Masses is the total number of people with no major distinction among the people. This is what we call it as masses. Promotes and distributes products to masses, to all the buyers. The marketing mix, therefore, remains same for all the customers. That is what I've discussed just now, that the four P's. There is no need to have a different combination of marketing mix. The main, the one idea or the main aspect of one strategy which the marketing manager makes with the help of the four P's remains for the entire market. Second is the product variety marketing. Here, the seller produces two or more products that have different features, styles, quality, sizes, etc. The idea behind this, what we call it as philosophy, is that consumers have different tastes and preferences and seek variety and change. Now, for example, in a particular, if we focus on how where there is a husband, wife, and the two children. Now, the two children they come up, they are the offspring from the same parent, but they are into the same environment. They are being brought up in the same environment, but their likings and dislikings are quite different from each other. So this again goes for the people also as customers for the total market. Now, maybe it is a mass marketing, but here, for example, if I go for mass marketing, could be like for products like vegetables, fruits, milk, eggs, etc. And for product variety, for example, if I take say ice cream. So ice cream is one, but the flavors are different. Now, different flavors, that means they are to cater with the same product category to the various types of people who likes a particular flavor. So the more the flavor is, the more the intention is to cater to more and more people. Now, this is the idea behind making the product variety, that means giving various options within the same product category to the customers. Target marketing. Now, target marketing is here the seller identifies market segments, selects one or more of them. It's not we are talking about one. When we divide and subdivide the market, so we have got as a choice, the marketing manager has got a choice to select either one or more of the different groups, because the marketing manager now knows that with the different groups he has divided and subdivided rather, and the different groups, they are more or less homogeneous in nature, so that he may cater to the different requirement, different needs of the customer belonging to different set of groups. So selects one or more of them and develop products and marketing mixes tailored to each segment. Now, tailored here, I mean that it is the different marketing mix for a different group or a different strategy altogether to cater to or to reach to the different groups. Therefore, the target marketing calls for three major steps. Now, three major steps as mentioned here. One is market segmentation, then is market targeting, and market positioning. Now, well, a brief introduction about all these three, because I'll be discussing a little later about these things, and these will be coming on and on as we proceed with the lecture. So, market segmentation is, as I've discussed, dividing a market into distinct groups of buyers who might call for separate products. Market targeting is the second step, or rather, I should say, is what is market targeting, evaluating each segment attractiveness. Attractiveness in terms of as to trying to understand the basic necessity of different groups and selecting one or more of the market segment, and then after the research work, the one or two groups may be selected. That means from the various options, it becomes prerogative for the marketing manager to go for one or more of the segments, depending upon, again, I should say, depending upon the, again, the capabilities of the organization, the financial condition of the organization, as to how much the marketing manager has got the budget or maybe allocated. I will be discussing the allocation of the marketing budget a little later. So market positioning is the third step, is where the market positioning in marketing positioning is setting the competitive positioning for the product. Competitive positioning is where the product can make a leap into the group, or the we can fix up a position the product in the markets in such a manner that it moves on. Now, having a brief idea about as to what these terminologies means to us, let's, before going further into the discussion of the market segmentation, let's see as to what is the importance of market segmentation. It is very important for us to go ahead for the discussion. So the various importance are for market segmentation has been designed. I have selected five major. The following are the advantages of market segmentation. One is the allocation of marketing budget. Now, as we all know, all the organizations, they have got the limitation of money is always in scarcity, and therefore it is not such a case where you select a particular segment where the maybe the number of the customers are more, but or the product nature is such a manner where you require more money as far as production is concerned. So the amount of the financial status or the financial aspect of the organization have to be taken into consideration, because to cater more segments you require more money in terms of, because more people, more machinery, more infrastructure, so on and so forth. So allocation of marketing budget is where it is on the basis of what we call it as the marketing budget is adjusted for a particular region or locality. It is like of no use to allocate huge budget where sales are limited, maybe due to less population density. Now maybe the area is more, geographical area is more, but the people are less. Maybe the geographical area is adequate, people, the density of the population is adequate, but the buying capacity of the people of a particular region is not, say, is not appreciable. So many factors come in, so it helps us in selecting as to how on the in which region the money should be, or the budget should be allocated, so that, because I said, if we are segmenting, market dividing, and we are selecting two or more. Now when we talk about two or more, that means the total budget has to be divided or has to be allocated between the selected segments. Number two is adjustment of product and marketing appeals. Now this market segmentation helps in to adjust the marketing appeals. Marketing appeals, for example, if I say advertising. Now advertising again is very important. So if the advertising, it should be based on the various aspects, maybe regional language, maybe the culture and subculture of the people, geographical location. So many factors are taken into. So if we segment the market, we study the particular segment, so that, for example, if the people more of, say, Hindi speaking, and we go for the advertising, say, in English, so maybe the larger section of the people will not be able to understand. So where the people do not understand a particular language, so we can make the adjustment with the language. We select the language which is more familiar with the particular segment which we want to cater. So maybe it presents an opportunity to understand the market. The seller can adjust, therefore, to, so as to attract the maximum number of customers by various media and the various advertising appeals. In continuation, it is better positioned to spot marketing opportunities. Now, when we divide and subdivide, that means the marketing opportunities to sell the product, opportunities to understand a particular group, opportunities to adjust, so as I said, budget, to adjust the advertising and promotional aspects. So it helps in cater those opportunities, and to learn about the threats as well of a particular segment. So when I discuss about, say, better position to spot marketing opportunities, it is the producer therefore can have a fair estimate of the volume of his sales and the possibilities of furthering his sales. That is, as to how to grow, whether the market can be expanded, say, maybe on the basis of, say, income group, or the economic condition of the people of the area. So maybe, for example, in the areas where response from the customer is poor, the strategy, or the marketing strategy, or the market, say, for example, the combination of the usage of the 4 Ps can be again readjusted, so as to understand and to exploit the opportunity, or to meet the requirement if there is something wrong with it. For example, maybe on the basis of price, people, they want the product but they do not want at a particular price. So those can be again readjusted. Last is the evaluation of the marketing activities. Now, evaluation is what we think, what we plan. There every possibility that there is some variation as to what we want to achieve and as to what we said. So it gives us, it helps us in understanding, for example, in 2 3 segments. If some segment we have selected, the marketing strategies are not working, so we can evaluate whether to withdraw the product or to readjust the marketing program. So it helps the manufacturer to find out and compare the market potential of the products, and if the product becomes obsolete, then the product could be diversified or discontinued. Now, discontinued is here, I mean to refer, if we are not able to promote the sales, if maybe because in a particular segment the competitors are, or the competitive position is high, or the competitor is known, or he is having the largest section of the market share. So the it gives us an idea as a marketing manager to withdraw the product and to put the product into some other segment or to some other area. Now, the types of market segmentation. Now, this understanding of the types of market segmentation will help us in deciding on the basis for segmentation. So there are 4 types of largely we talk about on the basis of which the market is being segmented. Broadly, if I say the market can be segmented on the basis of whether it is for the consumer product, or it is for the industrial product, or consumer market, or the industrial market. And therefore, I will be discussing the basis for the segmentation for a consumer market separately, and for the industrial market separately. Let's understand first as to what are these different types of market segmentation in short. Now, so the first comes is the graphic segmentation. Now, what is graphic segmentation? That is on the basis of the geography of the maybe country, or maybe of a city, whatever it is, whatever the market we are taking into consideration, how in depth we are talking about. Say, for example, we talk about on the basis of the national boundaries. So the on the basis we can comfortably can divide into, for example, north, south, east, west. In certain cases, for example, if we take railways, so the total India has been divided according to their product as north, south, east, eastern railway, northern railway, southern railway, western railway, and the central railway. So to control, they have segmented the total geographical area into 5 major segments. So this is the aspect with graphic segmentation where I'm taking into consideration. It could be on the basis of, say, segmentation on the basis of cities as well. Uh, Majorly, it refers if I say, to be defined geographical boundaries like states, cities, or types areas like climate. Even they can be divided on the basis of the climate, whether the particular whether there a particular place the climate is hot, whether it is the climate is say it's a rainy season almost the year, or maybe some areas which are very cold in nature. So a different they become a different segment. Again, we can again we think about in segmenting the basic on the basis of graphics, the geography of the country, like urban, semi-urban, and rural. For as far as India is concerned, we know that the 75% of the total population belongs to the rural area. So, and therefore, the one has to decide upon to, if we broadly if we divide that the total nation can be divided on the basis of this, that is the population, on the basis of the population, that is what is the rural population, percentage of the rural population, and the percentage of the urban population. This is just an idea we'll be discussing, and I'll be discussing on the basis of the consumer segmentation. The second is the demographic segmentation. The demographic segmentation refers to the say data what should statistical data rather about a group of people. We can include, or yeah, on the basis of age, gender, income, education, family size, religion. In India, it plays an important role because the religion, we have got 4 major religions and or other religions as well. So we cannot have one aspect or the one marketing mix as far as religion is concerned. Whereas in other countries, on Western countries, more or less the religion of the total of the population is of they follow one religion. So as far as India is concerned, we have got so many religions. So this is again plays an important role for the study of a marketing manager. The third is the socio-psychological segmentation. This segmentation is the study about the different social class. Now, social class, say, for example, whether it is a lower class or a middle class and an upper class. Again, the middle class can be divided into lower middle, middle, and upper middle. So, depending upon that, this helps us. This study helps us, or if we are able to, divide on the basis. I'm sorry, on the basis of this. So, the different social classes are there having different spending behavior pattern. On the basis of the social class, the segments have different spending pattern of their hearts to how do they spend their money in buying the products. Need orientation segmentation. Now, this type of segmentation is done on the basis of the needs of a group. For example, maybe for a particular product, one is buying because they're looking out for comfort, convenience. Other they merely buy it because for appreciation. They want to, you know, say what we call it as maybe for pride, for possession. So there are various aspects. If people they are buying the same product, having a different requirement or the need to fulfill. these are all mostly related with the psychological aspects as well. And the last is here in this is volume segmentation. Now this involves segmenting of market on the basis of heavy, medium, light or no user. For example, if I say cigarette, now there are heavy smokers, there are medium smokers, again there are light users occasionally, and there are people who do not even smoke. So these are the on the basis of the volume, on the basis of the as to the involves the segments are being made on the basis of the volume they buy. So uh, this is all in this video, and in the next video I'll be discussing upon the basis for segmenting a consumer market and the basis for segmenting an industrial market. Thank you so much.